What up, everyone? So, we've got a brand new box here. Brand new company, brand new box. So I thought I'd show it off on the channel. This is the Modern Thinkers Loot Box. Very long name. They might want to think about shortening a little bit. That's a mouthful. But it's a brand new box, and something they specialize in, their main thing is unconventional media. And essentially what that is kind of what it sounds like, just things that are unconventional. It's not the average box that you're going to get from like Loot Crate and stuff like that. And that's why I was interested in it. Because one thing I've told people, the only advice I give to people that are trying to start a business, especially a box business, is that you have to be different. You have to set yourself apart in some way. There are so many box companies out there. You need something to set yourself apart. And that's why I've seen so many companies do the exact same thing that like Loot Crate and stuff is doing like that, where they just put like Funko stuff in a box or Pops or collectibles, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, nobody's gonna buy that. Why would they? How could you possibly compete with these huge conglomerates? You're not gonna be able to give nearly what they can give, so why try to do the same thing? That's like trying to open a Walmart in your garage. It's like, you can if you want to, but who would come there when they could go to Walmart and get it cheaper? Like, it doesn't make sense. So you need something different, something that sets you apart. And I think that's a perfect way, unconventional media, and doing topics that people aren't doing. And he mentioned in the first box that Fight Club was going to be mentioned in there, and I'm a huge Fight Club fan, so I was interested in that to see what he came up with, and also see what other unconventional stuff he has in there. So, and also I'm doing a review, hopefully after this, of a Fight Club collectible that I got that I'm super excited about. It's so dope. I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, I want to do this video first because I thought it was somewhat related. But anyway, this should be January's box, but as far as I know, it's the first one to be out there. And it's just one person, so it's just an individual trying to make his way out there. So let's all show him some support, and we'll see what's in this box. Some things he did mention is that it's geared more to... Uh-oh. Are you going to make the jump? Hold on, we got a visitor. Hold up. Don't spill my beer. Come here. Don't spill my beer. Don't spill my beer. Jump! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's excited for the box. You didn't spill beer. Good job. You want to see what's in here? I forgot what I was saying now. You threw me off. Oh, this box is for, he said geared more towards adults. I don't think that means anything inappropriate. I just think he means that, like, the franchises are going to be more adult-oriented, like Fight Club. It's not that, like, it is inappropriate for kids, I guess you could say, but I doubt any kids would care about Fight Club stuff. So I'm assuming that's what he meant by that. And also you can, if you haven't noticed, or you wouldn't have it, but he is, trying to think of his name on there, Kilburn Thinks. He's always commenting on my videos, so if any of you want to hit him up, you can find him that way. But let's see what we got. I'm so excited. Bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He wants to eat it. Oh man, how am I going to do this? You get it? Oh my goodness. Pup already loves it. This is his best box ever. Gets to eat shit. Is that good? And bite it. Okay, you do that. You be down there. You eat that. I'll do this. Alrighty. It's hard to put this somewhere because it's such an odd shape. Oh, he also did mention, I think it was just today actually, that they did get a actual licensed box. And that's one thing I would mention, the first advice I would give is make sure you have your own box. It's not plain white boxes. It doesn't make a big difference. It just makes it seem, your company seem more professional. So that's something to do. And he said they did do that. So that's something to know. Alright, first, very obvious one, Fight Club on DVD. Special edition. There you go. I'm sure this is like a 2-disc set or something like that, but it comes in a little collector's case. Very nice. I love this movie. I think it's a great movie. So I already have this on DVD, so that's okay. But it's still the collector's edition, so that works for me. Very nice. Good condition. There's that. You done? Alright. Next. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Stay. Don't knock it over. Stop. Get out of there. Stop it. Okay. So next we got Fight Club the book by Chuck Palahniuk. So he's the original writer of Fight Club, and that's what the movie was based off of. I've never actually read the original book. He actually did a second one of this. He did Fight Club 2, same guy, Chuck Palahniuk. I'm not sure why they never turned that into a movie or what the deal is, so I'm not sure too much about that book. But yeah, this is the original book that started the whole movie, so that's cool. I'll have to give that a read. I wonder if it's any good. I'm assuming so, since they made a movie out of it. But Chuck Palahniuk's actually very well known as far as like writing and stuff like that. All right, next up. I'm about to spill stuff. There we go. So it looks like we got a mask for Guy Fawkes from V for Vendetta. He mentioned V for Vendetta being in here. So yeah, this is a Guy Fawkes mask. So for those of you who don't know, so that's really cool. Put that on display. I think you're going to have to get down. You're making this way harder than it needs to be. Alright. Next, it looks like we got some books. Try not to destroy them. Alright. I got to figure something out here. This is not working. Alright, putting the box down. Putting the books up. You going to be good? Alright, so it looks like we got some comics. And the first one is Citizen V. V Battalion. So this is actually a really cool character. I actually really like Citizen V. Awesome character. There's been like a million iterations of Citizen V. He was in the Thunderbolts, the more modern version of Thunderbolts. Not the most modern version, because that has like Deadpool and stuff in it. But he's been in Thunderbolts, and I honestly think he's going to make an appearance at some point. He's slightly related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think he will make some kind of appearance. He's pretty cool. And basically what Citizen V was, the original Citizen V, he was like, he led an anti-Nazi battalion, which in the comics I'm sure would be Hydra. So that was the V Battalion. And the original Citizen V was actually killed by Baron Zemo. And Baron Zemo was the villain in Captain America Civil War. Different Baron Zemo, just like Citizen V, there's been different versions of Baron Zemo, but same character, different iteration of it. But that's what it's related to. It's also, he's in the Thunderbolts, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an appearance coming up, because he seems like a pretty legit character. So I think he will make some kind of cool appearance. And he's kind of offbeat, so like he said, like, not like typical stuff. So I don't think a lot of people know about Citizen V, but he seems pretty legit. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up. So I like that. Good choice. I like your taste. Alright, next. Got a Superman comic. Superman 91. So I'm not totally sure what the relevance is of this specific issue. I don't know a ton about Superman. I know like the common stuff, but I don't know about this one from 94. I'm sure this has some kind of relevance. I'm not totally sure. Maybe it comes with a description card. I'll see what that is. But Superman comic. Then next, you got Clive Barker's Saint Sinner. So this was a really short run. This only had like 6 or 7 issues. This is number 4. This only had a few issues, and basically this is like, it's kind of like a horror one. It was someone that was possessed by both a demon and an angel. So it's pretty cool. I've never personally read it. I've just heard of it. But yeah, I'll have to check that out. This is from a while ago, 90s I think, something like that. They made a movie called Saint Sinner. I don't think it had anything to do with the comic though. 93. Okay, so that's cool. All right. It looks like we got a disc of some kind in here. 43. I'm not sure what the reference is of that. I'll have to read its description card. Maybe it's some badass music. I'm not sure. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. That may be it. Paper. Bubble wrap. Is there anything in there? No. No. And then we got some info on some paper here. So I think it just goes into, describes all the stuff that's in the box. Okay, cool. So that was our box. That's our Modern Thinkers loot box. So I liked it. I love Fight Club. I can't wait to read the book. I think you had a good choice in comics. But we'll take a short little break, and then we'll come back and talk about some value on these items and give this box a final rating. And I'll probably also give some tips on some new business people. So I'm always happy to help out new businesses, so I'll do that as well. So we'll take a short little break. We'll see you soon. You getting cranky now? Don't get cranky. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Oh, you missed. Give me a kiss. Thank you. You gonna be good? You want a bubble wrap? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, we're back. So let's talk about some value on these items and give this box a rating. So, first, our DVD, Fight Club. If you haven't checked this movie out, please do. It's one of my personal favorites. I think Brad Pitt in this movie is super awesome, and I can't wait to show you guys the collectible I got. It's mega badass. So, yeah, check this movie out if you haven't, And yeah, the value on this is pretty cheap. It's a DVD, and I think DVDs are kind of fading away because everyone's going to Blu-ray and then 4K Blu-ray. So standard DVDs, they won't go the way of the VHS by any means, but you get them really cheap. You can find this online all day for about $5. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of listings for about $5. So value on this, about $5. Then, our book. So the same situation I always have with all books. There's a printed price on there, but the aftermarket sale for books is always extremely low. So I'm always fair. I always do the same thing with books. The value on the book is $14.95, so the full value is $15. But you can buy it on the resale market for as cheap as like $8 for this exact copy of it. And from what he was saying, it's a really good book. It's worth a read, so I'm going to check it out. So the value will be an $8 to $15 range, and it's always up to the individual what you rate books as. This book seems like it's in new condition, and if you went to a bookstore, you would have to pay $15. But if you didn't care about condition, you could find it online for much, much cheaper than that. And that's always the bitter irony of any books. Even in the most popular boxes with exclusive books, it's always the same situation. It's just very hard to value books. So $8 to $15 range on that. Then, our Guy Fawkes mask. From V for Vendetta, also a really good movie. I love that movie as well. And that was a comic book. Most people don't realize V for Vendetta is a comic book movie. Most people probably don't know that. But yeah, it was a comic book before it was a movie. So it is actually a comic book movie. Trying to remember who the distributor was. Someone in the comments will know. But yeah, it was a really cool comic too. And Guy Fawkes is an actual person. For those of you who don't know the story behind it, Guy Fawkes was a real person. This mask is based on an actual person. And that's what the comic's based on, and that's what the movie's based on. In the movie V for Vendetta, he tried to blow up Parliament, and that's what Guy Fawkes did. That's what the original person did. So, really interesting story. Definitely worth it. But these masks are also very easily found because it was such a popular movie, and the comic book won a bunch of awards, so it's very well known. Most people just don't know the origin behind it. So on that, it's only like $5. You can find them probably cheaper than that in other places, but $5 or less on that, so $5 value. Then, our comic books. Citizen V, really cool character. Don't be surprised if you see him somewhere coming up, and I'll be like, told you so. But other than that, I think he's a really badass character. He has a pretty cool story, and I like his style and his look, and I hope he comes back in the Thunderbolts. I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, this one is pretty standard comic. It only goes for like $4 or $5, and that's pretty much what its normal value was. Our Superman 91. I'm still not sure what the reasoning was for this specific issue. I can't imagine it was just totally random. I'm sure there was some thinking behind it. He said the comics are all like kind of thinkers, I guess, like deep thought thinkers, and that's what most of this unconventional media is based on. It's kind of deep stuff like Fight Club, V for Vendetta. It goes pretty deep. So same with Citizen V. So I'm sure there was reasoning behind it. I took a look at the issue and I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I'm sure just in the future he should go a little more into the description of why he put each individual item in there, because people want to know, because they might not care about this random issue, but if you tell them why it was relevant to the box, then they might check it out. So make sure each item in there goes into in-depth detail of why you put it in there, because it's just helpful. It's just helpful to know that. So I'm not totally sure why, but again, very common issue. This only goes for like $3 to $4 because it's a high number. Then our Saint Sinner, number 4. Also a good read. Same thing. Only goes for like $4 to $5. It was a very limited run, a small series, so there's a little bit of value there, but not much. That's kind of how comics go, though. Even when you get exclusive comics from like Marvel Collector Corps and things like that, they're worth nothing. Comics just don't hold value as much these days. And then our last item, so he did mention this when I first talked to him, that he is going to focus on local artists there, which I thought was really cool. And this is just a local band there, and this is 43. So when I heard local artists, I assumed artwork, but I didn't think it would be music too, so that's why I didn't know. But yeah, so this is a local artist there, which is totally fine. That's really cool to put local artists. It's always cool to get your name out there. But my recommendation is putting it in a more professional casing. So this is fine. It just looks unprofessional when you have the writing right on the front there. So make sure if you're wanting to promote these artists, let them know too. Let the artists know you want to promote them, and they'll go through the trouble to put it in a nice case with some cover artwork. So it just gives a better vibe. Same with the box, how you want to have your own decorated box. Make sure to get that decorated as well. Make sure to get your printouts like nice and sometimes laminated. Put images on there, like go the extra mile and make sure it all looks clean and well-rounded. I promise it'll help out a bunch. I didn't get the chance to listen to this because I don't have a CD player anywhere nearby here in my little studio, so I'll drop this in my car tomorrow and I'll take a listen to it. I'm sure they're really cool, and I'm always welcoming, like, supporting local artists. I'm a local artist, so I'd be happy if people supported me, so that's what I like to do. But anyway, that unfortunately doesn't get any value, though. It's really cool to have in there, but it can't give value to local artists and CDs and stuff like that. But in the future, yeah, definitely check that out and do that as well. So that brings our value on the low end of $29 and on the high end of $39. So this is a $30 box, and that's including shipping. After everything's said and done, it'll cost $30. So that's not too bad. So value-wise, you got a little bit more than you paid for. Not much, but definitely more than you paid for. So that's good. And I definitely give points for, like, creative thinking and trying to be thought-provoking and, like he said, unconventional media. I think that's definitely his strong point, and that's what you got to focus on, because that's what's going to set you aside from the other companies. So definitely keep with that. I think that's a good idea. But as you can all assume, being one person, you can't give crazy value because you're not getting these items wholesale. So it's always going to be very difficult for small companies and individuals to try and give double your value. But you can tell that there was thought put into it. There was a description thing in here that's explained all about the company and all about these items and stuff like that. So that's very much appreciated. So I really like to support these small businesses, and I hope you guys too. I hope you guys show support as well, because I know I started out small at one time too. Not that I'm big now or anything, but I like to give support to these kind of people, and I like to help. So if you're watching me do your unboxing right now, just know I'm always here. Feel free to message me if you want tips or hints or anything to help your box be better. I'm always here for you. But as far as the rating on the box, I'm only going to give it a 5 out of 10. The value is there, so it's not like you lost money or anything. So you got more than you paid for, which is good. And I like that it was out of the box stuff. I really appreciate that. And I like the series you're going for, and I appreciate all that stuff too. So I value that very high. Let me know what you guys thought about it as always. And if you're watching, I'm more than happy to help you with tips on this box. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you support this company. I'll put his link in the description, so show him a little love. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you all for watching. Love y'all. Peace.